So in the past 2 weeks at the Cascade County Sheriff's Office, unfortunately in our jail, we've had 3 inmates die.
We want to start with a suicide at the Cascade County Jail that left some people with questions. How could that happen?
It's just that 2 of these were the results of suicide, and 1 of them was the result of a drug overdose.
The what-if game of, did I do? What did I miss? What could I have done? And you drive yourself nuts.
I felt we failed the mission.
Those are our citizens. We care deeply about them.
The before times were terrible. I was here for all that stuff. We were having people lose their lives here in this facility, and our name was forever tainted by that.
Some of the operational challenges was keeping our detention officers accountable. You'd have to have 15-minute walkthroughs, and they wouldn't do it, and they wouldn't do it, and they knew the consequences. Then you'd have a death in here.
We would get focused in and tunnel vision on doing a certain task, and the most important one, we would let slip.
We had a guy die in that cell right there, and I fired 5 detention officers on that because they were super busy in booking, and they're like, well, we just didn't get time, and then time got away from us, and then we forgot about it, and we waited 5 hours before we checked on them, and we're supposed to check on them every 15 minutes. You can't save a person like that. You can't save those officers. You have to hold everybody accountable. It breaks my heart to tell a person that their son or their mom or their dad is dead.
It was a struggle because you're walking the blocks, and our SEG units, our lockdown units, those are 30-minute walks through there. If they have a plan and they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. For an inmate, it only takes 3 to 5 minutes, and they're gone.
We tried everything we could think of, every different type of policy, every different type of procedure, every type of disciplinary action that we could think of, and it just kind of came to a tipping point where we needed to find a creative solution to help solve those issues. And Command Cloud is a great tool because it provides those alarms for the checks, those accountability for the checks.
So before Guardian, it was a bit more of a struggle. We had to be a lot more knowledgeable of what time it was when everything needed to be done. Didn't have that reminder if things were getting too close.
What we were doing is trying to do it, we have 60 minutes now in 30 minutes. Try to randomizing it. We would do the best we could. Inmates would kind of know we were kind of on a routine.
Command Cloud, it holds you accountable. We can see it, and if I'm walking through and I start hearing the buzzer beeping, I grab my card, scan my card, I log into it, I go around and do all the checks for them. So it holds the employees accountable and it holds the supervisors accountable.
Let's just talk about the human element of one human being or multiple human beings being able to prevent somebody from self-harm or death. That's what everyone signed up for. That's why we have badges. We wanted to make a difference in people's lives.
In 1 week, we had 4 or 5 attempted hangings, and we saved every single one of them. And we found them specifically because of Command Cloud.
Since Command Cloud, we have seen superb, I'm gonna say, results that thanks to the Spartan going off 5 minutes earlier. I was able to actually walk into one of the blocks here, one of the lockdown blocks, and we had one of the inmates about to attempt suicide. And Command Cloud was extremely helpful in preventing that. So it saved a life. And I'm forever grateful for the system for that.
It's a good feeling when you know that you actually did make a difference with the training and everything that we have.
It kind of empowered our detention officers because we had a bunch of them that have been there for deaths, and now you have them that have been there and they saved a life. And we just paid out a $500,000 settlement on a death we had in our jail, and we're like, this is going to cost us $87,000 to implement it, another $15,000 a year. It pays for itself right away.
Our detention officers really understand the Constitution. They understand the role they play there. I wanted a tool that essentially would allow them to get more credit, allow them to be more successful. We have to give our staff every tool we can to make sure they are successful at the end of the day.